Good morning, everyone. It is March 31st, 2025, and here we are at our weekly miracle call. We're so excited that you're here. Thanks you very much for taking time to be with us. We especially want to welcome brand new people that have never been to this call before. You're going to be wowed by the testimonials that you're going to hear. And the first 15 minutes will be dedicated to X39. And after the second 15 minutes or so, then we can go for other patches too and mention how you've used them. We don't want to take too long in discussing what's going on for you with your patches, just to be courteous to everybody that wants to give a testimonial, 30 seconds to a minute. Tell us how it was before, how you used the patch, maybe where you placed it, and how it is for you now. And remember that we are never ever with LifeWave want to talk about the word disease, because we're not here to claim any diagnoses, curing, treatment of any disease. So please avoid any disease names. If it ends with itis, it's probably a disease. And let's see, so 30 to 60 seconds, and just raise your hand virtually. Hopefully you know how to do that. Just go to the bottom of your screen and you can click the react button and you'll see then a raised hand icon. I hear Richard's iPhone talking and we need to mute. Okay.
Hey, Gregory, if you would like to make me a co-host, I can help with muting people.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi there, Michelle. Thanks so much. Good to hear your voice. Okay, so we're ready to begin. I'm excited. By the way, I'd love it if people that haven't really spoken before but have a story, please don't be shy. Go ahead and be bold and tell us your story, because it's bound to have impact, positive impact on people that are listening in. You never know, your story may affect someone in a positive way. So please be bold, be brave, be brief, and be done. Larry, you're first.
Good morning, everybody. About 3 weeks ago, I introduced myself and said that I'd had some success with my inner eye pressures dropping down to 14 millimeters. I want to continue my story with a reference to Saturday, 2 days ago. I ran in a 5K with my church here in North Carolina to raise money to fight human trafficking, sex slavery, and addictions. I wore X39, and I'm happy to say that I intentionally wore no brace, no sleeve, took no ibuprofen. I used no ice before or after on a knee that I had surgery on 25 years ago to remove cartilage and to have what's called a lateral release. So I'm happy to say that as of yesterday, 24 hours later, there was no swelling, no pain. I was able to fully bend the knee. I took pictures of it. And I would say, compared to last year, I'm 1 year older, 10 pounds heavier, not cool, less fit because of some other stuff, but I finished 30 seconds faster than last year. I give God the glory, and I just say, those who have ears to hear, let them hear. It's real. Thank you.
I hear you, Larry. Yeah, we always say we're light beings looking for light beings, and you'll find them because you're glowing. Look at you go. Hi, Jerry. Come on in.
Hey, Sanchar, good morning. Sorry about that. I'm going to tell the story that of one of my brand partners. It's I think I might have mentioned it once, but it's because of our furry friends, which are dear to me. And she has 4 dogs, but as a pup, one of hers was trampled by one of the horses they have. They have a small farm. And it was to the doctors and that, and it limped forever. It was in pain. They couldn't do anything for it. Well, the dog was 6.5 years old, and my brand partner started wearing the X39s. And I says, well, you know, you can reuse them. So she went and took the patch and put it on his collar. It was like maybe 2 days later, she sent me a video of this 90-pound dog now running around and playing that hadn't done that for 6.5 years. So listen, people, if you have a furry friend and you have any questions or concerns about it, put it under the collar, put it on a bandana. If it's a kitty cat, put it where it sleeps or a bandana. They're very, very powerful for our furry friends. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Jerry. It sounds like since this was a rescue dog, maybe there was some sort of emotional trauma there too. And
Well, it wasn't, it was a pup. She got it as a pup from
Okay.
somebody. So,
Okay.
you know, but yeah, it worked.
Must have been the placebo effect.
Right. Those are very smart dogs. You know, they know what to do. Thank you.
great comment, Gregory. Okay. All right, Joy O. Young, please. You can do it. Yes, you can. Find that mute button. You can do it. Oh, boy. You keep struggling, and I'm going to have to tell my smelling
Oh,
story. You don't want to hear
I'm
that.
so sorry.
There you go.
I'm trying to get used to this new phone. I
Okay.
have a question. I am a brand partner. Um, I have a kitty cat that has epilepsy, but it's kind of hard to pin her down. I've tried to stick it on her. Do you think that that might help her?
So who
I
wants?
guess we're not supposed to say names of anything. Okay, my
But
cat
with a cat,
shakes.
it's probably okay. But does your cat wear a collar?
No, she doesn't. It kept getting hooked on things.
Yeah, our cat. That's why you have the quick release collars. We have to go hunting for a collar regularly. But that's one way is to put it on the collar, and the other is put it in their bed. Where does she have a regular sleeping place?
She climbs in bed with me, and what I do is I take mine off and I put it on my hand, and then I hold her with it.
Well, I found that sometimes you put it. I don't know if a cat's got a third eye, but in the forehead, and they don't maybe know it's there. They don't pull it off. The hair is thinner, and that's one possibility.
Thank you.
Anybody have any other suggestions for patching our kitties?
Well, every night my cat gets my X39 that I've used during the day under her bed. Of course, she does sleep in the same place every night. That helps.
Uh-huh.
So, it's fine that, the bed is about that thick. It's just fine. Works good. She's getting younger and younger too.
I don't know how long the fur on the cat is, but typically you put behind the shoulders where they can't scratch it, but kind of between the shoulder blades.
Mm-hmm.
Might be an option depending on the length of the fur.
That's
Mm-hmm.
true. Good one, Larry.
Might be worth getting a collar.
Or a bandana. I wrap there's little kitty bandanas, I think Jerry mentioned that too.
Or shave the cat.
There you go. Yeah, another
I
option.
put mine between their two front legs, right on their chest where they can't get to it as well for my dogs
Nice.
and my cat.
It's all a big experiment, you guys. Just keep trying.
Thank you, you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome, Joy. Is it Bonnie or is it the other person there?
No, it's Bonnie this time.
Okay.
I haven't done it, but I've seen people put it on their cat's paw and then wrap like the that stretchy band around it and hook it on that way. What's it called? Medical tape?
No, that.
Yeah. Well, Joy, you have more answers than you know what to do with. So let us know how it goes next Monday. Okay, Faith, come on in.
Hi, I'm also speaking to our fur babies and the placebo effect, which I love. Uh, my mother had wondered that about me when I started using the patches. And then my cat is 15 and her whiskers were all white. She's a black cat with, but she was getting her white whiskers. And I started putting the patch. She sleeps on 2 different beds. So like you're saying, she doesn't always sleep in the same spot, but she's usually in one of those 2 places during the day. So I just take off my patch, and I leave it in one of those 2 beds and alternate. And her whiskers are growing back in black now. Yeah. So it's working and I just try it wherever I can. Same with my dog. My dog is 12. She's going to be 13, 80 pounds. And we put the 2 patches on her bed and just on the other underside of her bed because she moves so much. And then the next morning she was running around outside like a puppy.
Yep, that's what happens to all of us. We just seem to get younger. I
Yeah.
don't know, just kind of works.
I do have to fill their water a lot more often, but that's fine.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Faith. Is it going to be our Helen?
Yes, it is.
Hello.
It's another one of the fur baby ones. Our daughter's cat was seriously had some organ with something growing all around it, not malignant, but just awful. It was given like 3 months to live, but it's like Colorado State University vets, the top vets, they saved her life, and now the patches prolonged it. She was given 3 months, as I said, and she lived 3 years. What did we do? We put the patch on a cloth, like a blankie, a towel, whatever, and would put it in the places that she would rest. She lived 3 whole years. It was amazing.
Oh, that's precious. What a lovely story. Thank you so much, Helen. You guys,
Yeah.
try it. I mean, if you're new, this is probably all new to you. What? Put a patch on an animal? Yeah, they are mammals. They do have life. Let's extend those lives. Thank you so much, Helen. Hey, Majay, come on in.
Woo-hoo, thank you. And good morning, everyone. I have a fur baby also. She's a beautiful year and a half old King Corso, and she had broke out on her mouth, all over her mouth, really, really bad, real raw. And I was switching between foods and trying to figure out what I could, from organic, from home cooking, everything, from raw. And she just wasn't having it. Her behind broke out, her tail broke out.
My
She had
goodness.
boils on her tail,
Mm.
and she was just a mess.
Mhm.
So I took her to the doctor, which cost a whole lot of money.
Mhm.
And then I was like, they gave me all this medication that cost more money. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to give my dog all of this junk. And so I basically wanted to go and find out what it was. And so was there something in those bumps that were bursting that she was biting on? Was there an insect that was in it or something, get x-rays, all those kind of things. And so once I got all of that and it wasn't something real serious, I said, I'm gonna put a patch on it. And so at first she kept taking it off, but I taught her how not to take it off. And she listened, and I was amazed. And I put one on her forehead, and she left it alone. And then I put one near the boils on her tail, because she has a short snub. And so it was just amazing. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I started seeing a miraculous change. And then on her mouth, I started giving her goat's milk, raw goat's milk. And it healed up immediately. And the tail and her hair was coming out. And so she had bald spots around her tail end. And all her hair grew back. I was so excited. So the X39 is what I use. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. So there's hope for people that are losing their hair, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Majay. Hey, Linda.
Thank you.
Edmond.
Hey, it's Fur Baby Day, I guess, for all of us. So I have a pet sitting business, and I take care of this cat whose name is Joy. And she's not very friendly. She doesn't like to be touched. It's really up to her to come up to me if I'm going to touch her at all. But I started putting my X39 on the place where she sleeps. It's a scratching pole, and there's a little shelf on the top where she likes to look out the window. And I started patching that. And you guys, this is unbelievable to me. She got nicer. She started running up to me first thing in the morning and rubbing on my legs and letting me pet her. And I'm like, oh my God, the patches made her nicer.
Wow. It's so like miraculous. How can it be both science and miraculous? But that's what it seems to be, right?
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Linda. Hey,
You got
Darlene.
Hi. Well, since y'all are doing pet stories, I wanted to do plant stories.
Oh,
I have two plants here. This one had only 3 leaves left. It was looking like it was ready to die, and I put 3 used X39 patches on top of the soil, and look at it now.
wow.
It
my
even
God.
has a couple of buds coming out in the center.
Wow.
And this one, my daughter got when we lost Kelly Joe, and it was pretty much dead. It had 2 brown shriveled up leaves left on it. And I did the same thing. I put 3 used X39 patches on for probably maybe a month, and I would forget, and it'd be several days in between, but it has 7 brand new leaves on it.
Darlene, you proved me wrong. You don't have to be a mammal.
You don't.
And Helen
And-
would agree because she did that. She did something for her fish and put the X39 on the aquarium, right, Helen?
Yep, she did. And then I got a new preferred customer yesterday, and her wrist was in a lot of pain, and she had the right wrist was swollen almost twice the size of her left one. We put the patch on, and immediately she said the pain is going down. Within 15 minutes, she said the pain is gone, and she held her 2 wrists together, and they were almost identical.
Well, I hope they took pictures, man.
We didn't.
Those
It
are-
happened so quick, I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah, you gotta be quick of mind to remember to take pictures, but I'm telling you, the before and later pictures are really helpful, and we post them on our Facebook page, the Live Younger Facebook page. If you don't know about that, talk to your sponsor. Okay, well, thank you so much, Darlene. Hey, Michelle.
Good morning, beautiful sun shower and
Hi,
Live Younger
beautiful Michelle.
family. So yeah, I have a quick one I've shared in the past, but there's probably people who haven't heard. And I know we're past 15 minutes, but it is an X39 story. I slammed my thumb in a door in this like last summer. Oh my gosh, like a 15 out of 10 pain.
Oh,
And within minutes, it was purple, and it was, the thumb, the nail bed was, really purple. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, you can like puncture that with a needle, just puncture your nail." And I'm thinking, I don't know, that sounds like some medieval therapy. I think I'll put a patch on it. So I put the X39. Oh, I did use Ice Wave too. And the pain was pretty bad. I can't say that it completely went away, but it definitely helped. But here's the real miracle. I did not lose my nail.
oh,
And
good.
I had a client who did the exact same thing on the same thumb. She doesn't use patches, and she lost her nail. The nail just fell off.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ugly. So I'm really glad I kept my nail. That
It's
was X39.
It's really good, to have some presence of mind and realize our patches can be used for so many things. There we go. We muted 214. That's what I was going to ask for. That was great. And I have heard that story before, but it is good for new people to hear these kinds of things. And don't forget, I'd like some new people who haven't spoken to raise their hands and tell us your stories too. And in the meantime, we'll go back to Jerry.
Just rescuing you, Sunshine. Anyway, a lot of you know my story with my double fractured pelvis, which was terrible, and it was really, but 8 months later, I face planted on a hardwood floor and hit every place you can imagine, my head, my shoulder, where I broke my knees. And I was lying there for quite some time. It was very, very painful. And trying to decide what to do. And here's a technique that you might hear this called, but it's called wallpapering. What I did when I finally had some semblance of mind, I went in and got my X39s, another X39 story. I probably put 8 or 9 of them everywhere that I was hurting. And I hobbled back to bed. And I had to get up 45 minutes later. I got up with no pain. I never bruised, and I never had any swelling. So that was a miracle to me, because I couldn't believe with the way I went down in that nothing, you couldn't even tell. So thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Quiet.
Oh boy, we need to mute that 2141 again. But the dog probably has something to say. Maybe something's happened to the dog that's, yeah.
Quiet.
See? X39 man wants to tell us all about it.
That's that dog.
All right, I don't see any hands. Yes, I do. Going. Allie is next.
This isn't huge to anybody else, but it is to me. My yard, where I live, it's all mountains, so there's like at most 1 inch of soil on top of the rock. And when I go out, also about to turn 74, and falling is something that happens to a lot of people as they get older, especially if they've had a challenge or something. And I usually carry my cane when I go out in my yard because it's very tricky every step. Well, I forgot my cane and I went out to do my Qigong, and I had taken off my flip-flops so I could be in contact with Earth. And when I finished, I knew I had to figure out how to get my flip-flops back on. It was really scary. And I did it, and I got back safely. And my friend said, don't you go out in your yard without the cane again. But I used the 39 and 49, and I keep using them.
Wonderful. Good job, Allie. Allie just keeps trudging along. You guys know that, right? Well, I see a male face, but I see Dr. Annabelle. Who am I looking at?
Hello.
All right.
So Chris invited me to come and share my other living creature story. It's a yeast story. So I started on a sourdough journey, and my sourdough, it takes time. So it was about 2 months in, and it was still not rising very quickly in that 4 to 6 hour window. So I decided to put an X39 on it. Well, goodness sakes, in like 2 hours, it reached that peak where normally it takes about 4 hours. So there you go. That's another living creature that benefits from X39.
If it has a consciousness, put an X39 on it. Holy cow. That was really, really spectacular. Thanks for coming and joining us, Dr. Annabelle. Isn't this fun? It's Monday morning and we have 170 people here for our miracle call. We really thank you for your presence, for your patience, and your boldness. If you haven't spoken before, we sure would love to hear your story. Are you back with us, Joy?
Yes. I just wanted to share. I pitched my inventions at Forbes Riley's Ultimate Pitch Off this weekend, and I kept watching this judge, Bryce. I can't say his name, it's like Shedwick or something like that. The guy's a multimillionaire, and they're all judging my products. And guess what? I ended up handing him my Aeons and my X39s. I had what I had on me. I was like, here, let's get you on this. And I contacted him after the show because they're interested in my products. And he's like, oh my God, I want to get on the X39. So this is Forbes Riley, the queen of pitching competitions, HSN and QVC. If we get her in that group in our circle, oh my God, I'm going to need some help. Because I'm a medical inventor. This is just a side gig for me because I was a one patch wonder, and I had an industrial sewing machine fall out of the back of the pickup truck, land on my hip, and then the foot of it landed on the top of my foot. So all the like cartilage bones like this that you have in your hand were snapped and ripped off, and my hip, I could hardly walk. And I just was patching, not even thinking anything. And then one day I said, oh my God, I couldn't pray. I couldn't get down on my knees because it hurt so bad on the top of my foot and my hip. Now I have no problem. And my product is a patient maneuvering device. And I was showing somebody how to improperly move a patient and ripped both of these ligaments on my shoulders. Here it is a year later. I'm not suffering, but I made the mistake this weekend and I moved some. They said, Joy, move him without your device. And I did. And I had sciatica. So I put the patch on and I'm doing better now. Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much, Joy. Well, let's see, we're getting close to the bottom of the hour. Let's take a couple more testimonials. Christina, are you next?
Hello. I thought I'd tell you guys my allergy story. I started on the patches and about 6 months in, I didn't have hay fever anymore. And then about 3 years in, I wasn't allergic to cats and dogs and horses. And like when I'd go into a barn or anything like that with all the dirt and dust and stuff, I'd get super sick. It'd go down in my lungs. And that all went away. And I've been real sensitive to perfumes and colognes and stuff like that. And I am being able to wear it myself now.
Very interesting stuff. Wow. I hope you guys are listening. There's some really cool stuff. And if you're not sharing, there's something wrong. You've got to let people know about this. I mean, why would you restrain and not tell somebody? Don't you feel sort of responsible? I do. It's like I would do a disservice to people if I didn't mention this. What do you think, Jonathan?
I agree 100%. Just real quick, Larry, that's a great story. I'm a part of the 60 and over 18-year-old knees club. So real quick, on the 8th of this month, my wife was playing kickball with my son and some other parents and their children. And she ran to get on base and she wasn't wearing the correct shoes. And her foot turned and she broke the three middle metatarsal bones in her foot. She had surgery on the 21st, and I have been patching her with the X39, of course, with the Eon at nighttime and things like that. People keep asking her, how is your pain? How's your pain? She said, I have hardly any pain at all. So she has an appointment with the surgeon tomorrow. So he's going to open up everything and take a look at it, because they've got it wrapped up. I cannot wait to see what happens when he takes those wraps off, because she's been getting consistently X39 and X49 every day. So I just can't wait to see. So that will be tomorrow. So I have to let you guys know next Monday. Okay.
Where
did you put them, Jonathan?
Thank
I
you
put
so much.
so she's wrapped up pretty good. So I'm only able to put them right at the very end of her foot, right at the very end, just behind her toes, because I can't get in any further.
Right. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, we could put them right over a cast if necessary, you guys, just in case you don't know that. It works. Okay.
Well, real quick, the reason why I did that is because she feels it's better that it's on her skin. So I'm just,
Sure. Well, she can think it all day long. It's really not necessary. Thanks, Jonathan. Great story. Great story. I mean, I hope everybody's listening. There's only 170 people here this morning. Angie, you'll be the last, and then we'll have Gregory come back.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. My name is Angie Fierro. I'm from California, and I'm wanting you to know my dog's situation. He has been limping on his back right leg for quite some time, and he's not a jumper anymore on the sofa. I had to get him those little cushion stairs. But I've tried everything for him and nothing was working. So in the last 2 months, I've applied my patch on him. After I'm done on his collar, I tape it. And I've noticed a huge difference. And when I forget to put it on, I see he starts limping again. So it reminds me that I need to be a little bit more consistent. At times that I forget to exchange his patch from me to him because he uses my patch after the 12 hours. So I just wanted to share my story. He's the love of my life. He's 15 and a half, and I've never had any issues with him. Except one that was like 9 years ago, but there's nothing I could do about his intestinal stuff. It's pancreatitis is what they call it. But he's been on a great diet, and I take care of him probably better than I take care of myself. And I call him my son because that's what he is. He's brought me so much joy.
Aw, very
So
sweet.
thank you for letting me share. But the X39 is the patch. It's the only patch that I've been using. And I want to thank Lavelle and Majay for being our leaders. They're a great, they have the best leadership, and I just love and appreciate them. Thank you for letting me share.
Thanks, Angie. Well, you know, my animal, Visha, the almost 15-year-old Maine Coon kitty cat, also had hurt herself during the night and was limping in the morning. And I thought to put Eon on a bandana in the morning. And by the evening, she was just fine again. She was walking just fine. And I had videoed her. So you can look on the Live Younger Facebook page and find the kitty cats and stuff and the dogs. And there she is, Visha, showing that even Eon will work for the very same thing. Thanks for all of your testimonials today. Over to you, Gregory.
Well, thanks, Sunshower. You always do such a wonderful job. And thanks everybody for your sharing and for being here with us this morning. What a great way to start our week. You know, this Monday morning miracle call, it's kind of like Michelle likes to say, it's like a shot of B12, you know, it gets things going. So we've got a really full call tonight. So if you can be with us at 7 o'clock on Live Younger Zoom, we're going to talk about the new promo. The company has a new promotional rank up and a matching bonus. So if you get to manager or you help somebody get to manager or director, they get a bonus and you get a bonus for helping them. There's some enhancements to the PC program. Well, there's some enhancements that have happened with Doc Talk. We're going to be talking about that. We'll maybe get some updates on our Canadian Roadshow that's moving into high gear here. And I just wanted to celebrate David. You probably all saw the notice, 200 patents. He just crossed the threshold. How many people in the world have ever had 200 patents besides Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla? I don't know, but he is in an elite group for sure. And we are so blessed to have him as the guiding light of LifeWave. And God only knows what's going to cycle down through him in the future. But right now, we are enhancing and changing lives. And I could give witness, Robin and I, we have several pets whose life has been extended and quality of life increased with the use of the patches. So everybody in our family, animals included, uses our patches. So that's what we have in store tonight. Tomorrow night, we got Anne Moreau and Michelle Niels are working with me on the Power of the Patch Showcase every Tuesday night. That's a great event for guests and prospects. And just thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sunshower. And if everyone would like to unmute and say your farewells, we'll be off and into our day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Sunshower.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Sunshine.
Gregory.
Have a great day, everybody.
Wonderful testimony.
Sunshine.
Have a wonderful day.
Great day.
Thank
Have
you
an
so much.
X39 day.
Thank you. Sunshine, we love you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Wonderful meeting. Wonderful.
Thank you. Great job as usual, Sunshower.
Love you all.
Thank you. Great call. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Love Tribe.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Keep patching.
What would we do without our fur babies?